Hey everybody, welcome to What Up Baltimore. This is Lady J. I know I've been gone for a minute. I've been busy, y'all, trying to get through school. A lot of stuff been going on. Got to do some housekeeping before I get started because people been plucking my nerves. So got to say something about that. But anyway, just been a lot of stuff going on. So I had to play some somber music in the beginning because I'm like, man, it's been some craziness going on, not just in our city but around the world. So I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about it. Before I get started, though, like I said, I got to do some housekeeping because, you know what? Let me tell you something. Haters will always hate. And that's the sad part. In this life, it's always going to be people out here hating on what you're doing. And I'm so tired of it. Can y'all go do something? Can you go do something constructive? Like, make it build up your own business. Go write out a plan. Go write out a script for a show. Go do something. But people are always wanting to rain on your parade. Why? I don't know. And so I just want to give a goodbye, hello, and a goodbye to my haters because y'all plucking my nerves. If I get one more thing from social media saying, somebody reported my page for inappropriate content, they reported my page because I'm not really Charlene Jenkins. Well, according to my birth certificate, that's who I am. So I'm getting these things, from social media. They trying to shut down my pages again. This will be the fourth or fifth time. Um, but I just want to say to y'all haters, y'all keep on. If you have that much time, let me share this video while I'm talking to y'all. If you have that much time to sit down and because you hate on somebody so much that you want to have their stuff shut down, like you go right ahead. Because let me tell you about me. I'm like an eagle, and I am like a butterfly, which you see all around the screen. These wings keep on flapping. So, ex the person who shut me down 3 times last year did not come back up every time. So, shutting down my social media sites, like I tell people all the time, and this is, I guess, it comes with age. And some of y'all my age and still don't know how to do right. But I guess it comes with age because the thing is, when you get to my age, and I'll be 59 in a few weeks, you care less and less about what people think. Social media for me, I like social media. I think it's great. But guess what? I grew up in an age where it was word of mouth. So the thing about it, it wasn't a social media to walk around and say, oh, she's good or she's bad. It was word of mouth. That's how I grew up. And that's how I live my life. So if you shut my page down, my social media page down, have at it if y'all got that much time. But like I said, my character is what I want people to know me for, not what I'm posting and pictures and all of this on social media. I need you to know the real me. So that's my thing for the haters. Y'all keep on hating and keep coming for me. I'm not even going to. This is the only response you will get from me. I mean, that's it because you don't deserve anything else. Anyway, so the other thing, um, and y'all make sure y'all share this video too. The other thing is that we got to talk about like all of this stuff that's going on. I want to give my condolences to the 3 firefighters that were killed. There was a row home fire here in Baltimore, and for those of you who may be watching and listening from all over, there was a row home fire here in Baltimore, and 3 firefighters were killed. One was critically injured, and the house collapsed and it trapped one of the firefighters inside. And I have never understood um, people. I mean, we all have different professions that we do and we love, and people probably say, well, how do how could you how do you love being in radio and talking to people all the time? And I have been asked that question too. But when I think about people risking their lives to go into a burning building. It's just like, wow. Um, my cousin is a firefighter. My nephew is a firefighter. I have friends that are firefighters. And so my heart just goes out to the families tonight for those of you who've lost loved ones in this fire. These people put their lives on the line every single day for us. And I just feel so bad that, this is why I always say that we never know um, if we're going to make it back home. You know, we leave out of the house every day, and it's sad. We never know if that goodbye that we gave our family, we just don't know if that was the final goodbye. And so I just think about, you know, these firefighters going out every day and just risking their lives, and I'm like, man, man, it's just sad. So when it's in my condolences out to the family of those who were killed in the fire. Um, Rest in peace. Really sad about that. And also equally sad for the families who lost their homes and everything. You know, we got COVID and everything going on, and it's so tough right now for everybody. So to even think about the fact that people have lost their homes is it's sad, you know, that we have to they have to go through that right now. And so we got to keep everybody in prayer. So we have that story going. It was so many stories going on this weekend, and I was just like, I cannot keep up, because normally on the weekends I try not to tap into the news, but then I have all this stuff on my phone and then people texting me stuff. So when I got it, I was just like, wow, okay. Of course, we have the continuing saga with Marilyn Mosby. And it's been interesting, the opinions and the viewpoints that I've heard from people about Marilyn Mosby, about um, her situation. You know, I'll be completely honest about it. I really try not to be so critical of people. I have my views and my thoughts and my opinions, but you know, it's been really interesting to listen to people say that she is not guilty. She's not guilty. She didn't steal anything. She didn't do anything. I've heard other people say she's guilty. She needs to be locked up. She needs to step down. So the conversation has been quite interesting when it comes to. I'm doing a live. Let me call you right back. Okay. That was my son. Sorry, y'all. I'm doing a show right now. I have to call you back. Um, I'm doing a show right now. I have to call you back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bye.
So you know, it's really interesting to me the conversations that are going on, because in the midst of all of the conversations, what I've been saying is there seems to be a disconnect. There seems to be something that's missing, because you have this side over here saying that she needs to step down. She did this, she did that. You have the other side over here saying, you know, leave her alone. She hasn't done anything. So here's what Lady J is going to do, because, you know, I love conversation. And I think, you know, for me, communication is really important. Conversation is really important. And what I want to do is bring those people together, and let's have a conversation and let's talk about it, because um, I just want to hear what they have to say, y'all. So if anybody is interested, I am doing a What Up Baltimore think tank. It's going to be Thursday night at 8 p.m. If you are interested in being a part of it, I would recommend that you join us, because you get to state how you feel about this situation, especially if you live in Baltimore City. You get to come on, and it's going to be virtual. So you know, I'll give you all of the information. I'll give you all of the information so you can come in virtually and be a part of the panel. But I think it's going to be a very interesting conversation to sit down and talk about this situation, not just because it's Marilyn Mosby, but because we've gone through Catherine Pugh. We went through, I love Sheila Dixon. I just love her. I'm sorry. We went through Sheila Dixon. Stephanie Rawlings Blake, you know, she had some, she wasn't convicted of anything, but she was involved at the time, not involved. She was mayor. I'm sorry, Miss Blake. She was mayor at the time of the Freddie Gray riots. And it was some stuff that was going down that wasn't handled right with that. We've had a lot of corruption. We've had the police that the gang, we've had them. So we've had a lot of corruption going on. And I think there's just so much back and forth, and so many people are saying so many different things, that I think it's time for us to come together and have a conversation. Because see, me personally, I'm not a arguer, a yeller, screamer. Back in the day when I was younger, I would debate you under the table. But again, I said I think I'm getting old, because at this point in time, I don't want to really debate. I just want to try to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for all of that anymore. But I think the conversations are great to have. So that's going to happen on Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here. We're going to bring people together, and we are going to have that conversation of um, what we think should happen with this case, because as we know, she's been indicted. And we talked about that last week, so I'm not going to go through all of that right now, but read up about it. If you don't know, you must be living under a rock, especially if you live in Baltimore, because that's all they seem to be talking about. So, make sure if you want to be a part of that, the number is on the screen, 443-297-4753. You can also call me, and if you have anything that you want to say tonight as well. And so again, my condolences to the firefighters. Now, y'all, this thing up in New York, okay? Let me pull my notes up. There was an ambush in New York, and I was just like, these police officers, they really have heart. Um, I, I'm gonna be honest. Mm, 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 mm. There is not enough money, okay? And I'm not a rich person. I'm far from rich. But there is not enough money that I would take to be a police officer or firefighter. Not in this day and age. I just wouldn't do it. Because when I think of police officers, I'm thinking about the only protection they have really is the vest that they have on, and you're always going into unknown territory. Like I just couldn't do it. But shout out to the police. All the police officers are not bad, but y'all, it was um a shootout in New York over the weekend, and it says the article says it was a hail of gunfire. These police officers went to cover a domestic disturbance call, right? It was just a routine call, and I'm pretty sure that they get these calls all the time. But how in the world did they go in to cover a domestic disturbance call, and the next thing you know, they're in a hail of gunfire, and one of the police officers died. And I need to go back and look to see if the other one died as well, because I've been in meetings all day. But this was in New York City, in Harlem, in New York. And I was actually looking at the news yesterday when all of this was going down. And let me tell you a little bit about what was going on. They got a call. This was on Friday night, right? So they get this call on Friday night, and actually, like I said, and they had an article. They get these routine calls all the time for domestic violence, and we're gonna talk about that one day too, because that domestic violence thing is real. And so we're going to talk about domestic violence. When they got there, the mother, the lady, had said that she had gotten into an argument. Got something in my eye. She had gotten into an argument with her son, and that her son had verbally threatened her. And so all she wanted was the officers to come in and talk to her, talk to them in the apartment that they lived in Harlem. So they had 3 officers that came out. They said one officer had just started last year. He just started last year. His partner had 4 years experience, and then it was a rookie who was riding along with them in the car. And the rookie was the one that pulled up outside, and he was like, the squatter around the buildings and stuff. And so they went in, they talked to the mother, then they were talking to the son. And this is what what they're getting from the police account. They said that the son was in the back bedroom, and the mother was like, saying to the son, like, the police officers are here to talk to you. And so son didn't say anything, right? So the police officers, since they didn't get a response, they start making their way, down to the hallway where she's telling them where the son is at. Okay, I'm just telling you the story the way I read it, the way this is the police account that they had given. And they said the officers were like, one behind the other going down the hallway. Because I don't know if you've ever seen New York apartments, like the way they're made and designed, it seems like everyone that I've been into is like always this straight, narrow hallway that you walk down. And so the rookie that wasn't with them, this was the one who had been on the force for a year, and the one that had been on the force for 4 years, they were the ones that were going down the hallway. And then they said all of a sudden the son comes out, but when he came out, he was like pump, 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 pump. Like he is just letting out one round of fire after the other. And it actually, they said the one officer, like it knocked him back on the floor. Now he was 22. My son is 26. This is a young man. 22. I'm thinking, when I heard he was 22, I'm thinking, you just get out of college, like you're just, trying to start your life, trying to start your career. 22 years old, he's gone. Okay. So 22. The other, his partner was 27. They're still young. I'm old enough to be their mom. And it's just really sad. The rookie who was like, he actually came into the living room part of it. He took the mother and it was another son, and he really did his job. The rookie did his job. The rookie grabbed the mother, the other son, got them into the kitchen area, made sure they were safe. And the rookie was the one who shot the other son. He was the one who shot him, and he shot him twice, in his head and in his arm. And from what I understand, this guy is still in critical condition. His name is LaShawn McNeil. Now, the thing about it, LaShawn McNeil, from what the article was saying, how it relates to Baltimore is that the gun that he was using, he got from Baltimore. I was like, is Baltimore everywhere or what? But yeah, he got the gun from Baltimore, and that was the gun that he used to kill the officer. And at first, when I heard the story and it was talking about domestic violence, I'm thinking about partners, like husband and wife, or partners. And it was his mom. The domestic dispute, and that didn't cross my mind right away. The domestic dispute was between the son and the mother. And so, unfortunately, we have an officer, and I, even taking the officer out of it, we have a young man who's 22 years old who is gone doing his job. And I know a lot of people hate police officers, but sometimes when I hear stories like this and it's so close to my son's age, the police officer and whatever goes out of the window, I'm like, he was 22 years old. You're just beginning life. You were just really, 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 really beginning to see life, to get out there, to start doing what you like to do. And he's gone. And so I want to send condolences to his family, because that is really, really sad. And again, I keep saying it. We leave home. I wanted to put his picture up on the screen, and I forgot to put it up there. But, we leave home, and a lot of times we don't know if we're coming back. And that's why you got to treat people right. That's exactly why you got to treat people right, because you never know when it's your last day on this earth. I say it all the time. You never, ever know. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, y'all haters better go ahead, okay? Y'all better go ahead, because one thing you got to remember, what goes around comes around, and it comes around with a vengeance and with swift justice. Stop it. So we want to send out prayers and condolences to this family and the other officer who was hurt. Just sending out prayers, because it's just so much. I'm like, Marvin Gaye song, What's Going On, is so relevant for right now. His song, What's Going On. If y'all don't know it, y'all probably, the younger generation probably is like, who's Marvin Gaye and what's going on? Go Google it. Go look at it, look it up on YouTube and listen to those words because his song is so relevant for right now in 2022. Now, something else that happened that I want to get back to Baltimore and offer my condolences about is Safe Streets. Um, for those of you who may remember, Dante Barksdale um, lost his life last year to the violence of the street. I am so sick and tired of the violence in my city. I'm tired of it. Um, we, for those of you again who are listening from other areas and you are don't know what I'm talking about, but we have what's called Safe Streets here, and they are a group of people who they walk the streets. They make sure exactly, what they say, safe streets. They make sure that the streets are safe, that people, that kids are able to come out and play, that families can walk back and forth without being afraid. They walk these streets every day to protect other people. The other day, three three Safe Street Week workers were shot and killed in the last year. I didn't mean to say the other day. What I meant to say, I'm sorry, I was reading my notes. 3 Safe Street workers have been shot and killed in the last year. And they are out here risking their lives on the street in these communities to make sure other people's families and children are safe. And yet and still, they have succumbed to the violence in the streets. Um, I don't know why my phone is continuing to go off after 9 p.m., but let me just take this real quick. I'm doing a show right now.
Call me when you finish.
I'll call you back. Yeah. Okay. Today's been a busy day. Um, so anyway, we want to send our condolences to Deshaun McGreer. Okay, he was a safe street worker. His name has now been added to the list of people who have been murdered in the city. Um, from what they said about Deshaun, he was actually taking classes to become a welder. He was doing that during the day. He was working with the Safe Street program at night. We have to do better. I don't even know. Um, they give us another name, Kenyell Wilson. He was shot in Cherry Hill in July of 2021. Of course, Dante Barksdale was killed. Um, it is just unbelievable the amount of crime that's going on in our city right now. I can't really talk about other cities because I live in Baltimore. And it's to the point that sometimes when I'm talking to my friends and they're like, how can you live there? Because, they hear so many bad things about our city. And I always tell them the one thing that you can't do in the city is walk around with a spirit of fear because I think we all wake up. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I do. I wake up every day and I'm always thinking, I'm going to live this day as if it was my last one because it could be. I live in Baltimore. And it's sad, but it's true. It's a reality. It's a reality that I've had to learn to connect myself with. I don't, not that I'm depressed or I want to die, but that's just the environment. I live in the city, not outside. I live in the city. And there are many nights that I'm in my home and I hear gunfire all around me. There are many nights that I hear people outside fighting, cussing, and all kinds of stuff. There are many nights that I have heard drive-by shootings and the person is on the ground. And by the time I look out the window, another car is picking that person up. There's so many things that I never thought I would see at my age. But living in the city, walking downtown. I've been downtown, coming out of the hospital, University of Maryland, coming out, from a doctor's appointment. Somebody shooting. I got to run back into the hospital for safety. I've been downtown at stores where people are arguing and fussing and they pull out guns and they're right in front of cars. Traffic has stopped, you can't move. I duck into a store. This is just going on, and it's crazy. It makes you feel like your days are numbered. That's a bad feeling. And I'm at the point, like, seriously, where I just want to pack up and move away. And some people say, well, where would you move? Because everywhere is bad. And I don't know that everywhere is as bad as what I'm going through right now. I don't know. Because this is bad. This is when I am looking at people and I understand how you can have PTSD. You can have this trauma because of all of the things that you are constantly, that the brain is receiving every single day. If not with you right there visually looking at it, you're hearing it on the news, or somebody's talking about it, or it's coming across your phone. Our brains are constantly taking in all of this negative energy, all of this madness. We're constantly taking it in. And it's times that I have to do a self evaluation, I have to do a self check, because I'm just like, this is crazy. And in order for me not to go crazy and get depressed and get sad and give up, I have to do certain things, to make sure that I can function on a day-to-day basis. That's how bad it is. It's critical. Like I put in the comment, in the outline, it's a city in crisis. And my heart goes out to the children, because every day our children are waking up to this madness. And we expect them to go to school and function and wear the mask. And school is closed. Then we're doing virtual. Then you go back to school. Um, you know, we have a teacher shortage. It's so many things that our children are dealing with. And so suicide has gone up with our children, our young children, our adults, murder suicides, families, they have gone up because people are losing it. The other thing I wanted to, and this is leading up to what I wanted to talk about next, is there's a young man in Hollywood who just a couple of days ago committed suicide. Regina King. And some of you, if you don't know who she is, she's an African American actress. She used to be on 227. I love Regina King. She is just, she maintains her womanhood and her blackness and her love for herself and her love for her people. And so I really I love Regina King. But I was so shocked when I read that her son Ian had committed suicide a few days ago. This is her only son. He committed suicide, and he had written something on Instagram, and he kind of related it to SpongeBob. I want to see if I could read it. He was 26 years old, same age as my son. Again, um, and I wanted to. I'm trying to see if I can find that. Oh yeah, he said he wrote on Instagram. He wrote, "I don't think Instagram is healthy for me." That's what he wrote in one tweet on Instagram. Then he wrote in another Instagram tweet, he said, and this was a few days before his death, he said, that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his brain and it's a bunch of mini SpongeBob just losing their, yeah, that one really hit home. He was reaching out at that point. Um, and then it said after he wrote that post on Instagram, he tweeted something. He went on Twitter and he shared an image from the Nickelodeon show featuring the episode that he was talking about, where he said the SpongeBob, where he goes inside his brain and then it's a bunch of mini SpongeBobs in there losing their mind. And he reposted. So it was like he was leaving clues. And this is why I tell people, no matter how busy you are, check in, check in, check in. My son is 26 years old. I still check in. I'm thankful that we've always had a relationship where he checks in with me. So, we're always checking in on each other. But I know parents who don't even check on their children. Check in and see what's going on with your children. Because this young man is 26 years old. Somebody said to me, his mom is Regina King. She won the Oscar, and she is just all over the place. Everybody knows her. And why in the world would he commit suicide? Listen. Hold on one second, y'all. Hello? I'm sorry. Hello?
This is Dorothy. You taking calls?
Yes, I can put you on right now. Oh, this is a caller. Hold on, everybody. This is Miss Dorothy. Let me put you on so everybody can hear you, Miss Dorothy. Go right ahead.
Oh wow, can we go back to December? We come out of December to come into January 22 with the same mess. Like nothing is changing. So much going on. I heard that the guy up in New York passed away. He finally succumbed to his injuries.
He did. Oh wow.
The guy that did the ambush and stuff. That's what police officers face more than they would like to today with mental illness and domestic violence walking into these. I mean, we had a couple of incidents here in Baltimore where they had to. We just had one recently that was going across social media. And then there was the other guy about 2 years ago. His mother had called, and they had to wind up shooting him. Yeah. But this is something being real common. So yeah, it's a real dangerous job. Today. And then I was thinking today, Lady J, that we can't. Well, if you seen the press conference of those police up in New York, like they were extremely angry and upset because they feel like they have no back in that. They feel out the door. Well, we can thank the damn protesters for that. With the defunding the police and all of that. Then I thought it was when we saw protesters in the street talking about defunding the police. I knew that was going to be almost like a retaliation on the part of the unions of the police and the police department itself in terms of how they fight crime, particularly in marginalized communities and stuff. Right, that would affect us the most. Right. Everybody else is paying extra taxes to have police in their community. I learned that from going to the town hall meeting down in Baltimore. Unfortunately, today too, by the way, we had a killing of a very prominent person that owned a restaurant down there. Yes. And that community has been affected. This is when I went to that town hall meeting, I went to another meeting after me and Miss Pat. They are really concerned about Little Italy and Fells Point. And they think them folks is not gonna put up with this. Right. So this is my thing. I think all of this has been on my mind. The homicides, another state, we've lost another state street person who was in school trying to better quality of life for himself. Right. Because most of those guys and girls, not all of them, but some of them, returning citizens back to society, putting some work in on the grounds and stuff, right? Trying to make the community better. There's been some negativity said about it, but I'm not gonna focus on it. I know some of them personally, they do bad good. Yeah. They think what the other folks ain't gonna do, and they out there doing it with no God. Right. So these next elections coming up, I would like to see a governor that's going to support, because we're sitting here like sitting ducks, the citizens of Baltimore. Yes, we are. These gun laws got changed in Baltimore City. Right? It's time that we're in a total different era, and this criminal is very sadistic. And if they will take your grandmother, your sister, your child, whatever. We saw them ambush. We just saw them ambush that police officer, a female cop, let alone any cop.
Right.
They have no regards for life whatsoever. And the citizens of Baltimore is sitting here like sitting ducks. Waiting to be the next statistic. Right. So I'm looking forward. But the citizens of Baltimore need to join together and support a governor that's coming into that chair that's going to give us some gun rights to be licensed to carry. We need to be able to defend ourselves in this society.
Right. Well, do me a favor. I shared this at the beginning of the show. I'm actually doing a What Up Baltimore think tank on Thursday night at 8:00. If you can come on and be a part of it, that would be great. And we're actually going to come together on here and talk about some of the issues that's going on in the streets.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to be on that big tank. There's just a lot to be said. I just wish prosperity, blessings, healing, health, good health, more money for everybody in Baltimore. I want to see these people that's unemployed get some work, because there's plenty of work out here. Remote work is big stuff now. For those that don't want to go to work, they can sit home and work.
Right.
On those computers. Even a lot of males. There's a lot of females dominating that field. But it's a good opportunity for a lot of young males that want to sit home. They sit home anyway.
Right.
And you don't have to need a lot of skill on that. Just because they're going to train you the way they want to train you anyway. Just have some computer skills.
All right. Well, let me check with you on Thursday. I'll be in touch with you before Thursday to make sure I get your information so we can get you on the show. No problem. I appreciate you. All right. Bye-bye. So that was a citizen from Baltimore, Miss Dorothy, and y'all check her out because she does a lot of talking about what's going on in the streets as well. Now, listen, another thing, she gave you one of my stories that I was going to be talking about, and we're going to get there in a minute. But again, Regina King, I want to send condolences to her. That was her one and only son. And like I told somebody, it don't matter how much money you have. When you lose a child, and then your only child, I'm sure she would give all of that money away to bring her son back. And a lot of times, because I was a person that suffered with depression for a long time until I got out that marriage. People who are depressed, a lot of times they're not going to come to you and say, I'm depressed, I'm hurting. And I'm going to do a show on that, soon on like a Wellness Wednesday. We'll talk about it. But you just got to keep checking in. This is why I thank God for my tribe that I have around me, because when LadyJ gets quiet, they be on their phone, okay? And they be texting, calling, and everything. So I thank God for my tribe. But you have to have people around you who check in when something don't seem a little right. Like with my son is not a talker. My son can be really silly because he likes me as silly. But when I see that he's not talking, okay, I know my son, it's time for me to check in and see what's going on. And so, man, shout out to her. I just send my condolences to her because, like I said, there's no amount of money, no house. They were, 1 minute, I was looking at different news articles, and 1 minute they were talking about her son. The next minute they're talking about, she's an Oscar or something. She won I don't know, one of those awards she won. And, she's Regina King. She played in this, that, and the third. I'm sure she doesn't even care about that right now. It's why didn't I know that my son was hurting this much, that he would commit suicide, that he would take his life? I'm sure those are the thoughts that are going through her mind right now. But like I said, we're going to talk about that on Wellness Wednesday. A lot of people, 2 of my friends committed suicide last year. And I knew they were hurting. And when I couldn't reach them, I knew that it had gotten a little worse. But both times, it really threw me off when I found out they committed suicide. It threw me completely off that I was like, wow. The other thing that's happening that's in the news right now is, for those of you who live in Baltimore, you know about the block, okay? The block with strip clubs and places to eat. And then, like, you just walk across the little, right across the street, and there's the police station, headquarters, right? So, right now, what's happening, the business owners have, they got together, they had a press conference, and they came together, and what they're angry and upset about is that the some of the city council people are trying to pass a bill that will require all of the strip clubs and bars in that block, and this is downtown Baltimore, to close by 10 p.m. Now, my son, he wanted to take me out Saturday, and he said, because I don't get to see him a lot now because he's working. So he said, Mom, let's go out. I want to take you out. I said, okay. So I'm thinking, 6, 7 o'clock we go out. I said, I'll be ready. So about 7, I'm like, I'm ready. He said, no, I'll be over there about 10. What? And then he explained to me, Mom, clubs and all these places, people don't start coming in until after 11. And I thought, okay. So we went to this, I'm not going to give the name, but um, went to a really nice place where you could eat and mingle, and they had music, and it was really nice, but it was late. And so I understand what they're saying about their businesses, that people don't start coming in to the strip clubs and all of that. Like at 10 o'clock is when they're really just starting to come in, especially on the weekend. So to shut them down, as some of them were saying, to shut them down, the workers were on there, the owners, the managers, they were out there. Through Vignaraja was out there in support of them. He actually ran for mayor. He's an attorney. And with some other people out there. Christina Flowers was out there, and she was covering it. I said, "Go ahead, Christina." Christina be doing everything. So you know, they were out there, voicing their concerns, because again, this is how they make their livelihood. This is how they put food on their table, and so to shut them down at 10 o'clock is really going to affect business and affect homes and affect workers and their children. As the one lady said, she doesn't know what she's going to do if that actually goes into effect. And so one of the reasons that it's being said, from Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison, about giving reasons for why they need to shut down. He said that they received 831 calls for service on the block and nearby surrounding areas last year in 2021. They said it was 8 shootings, 15 robberies, 17 aggravated assaults, and a suspicious death. And what's interesting to me is that all of this was going on, and they are right there. When I tell you, people in Baltimore know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't live here, the block is literally right here. Right here. Okay. You walk a few steps over and you're at the police station, headquarters. So the fact that all of this is going on and the police station is there is quite interesting. It's quite interesting. But that was a big reason why they are really looking into shutting them down. Now, I hear them. I do. We also have a lot of major crime, because I'm way on the other side of town. And like I just told you a few minutes ago, we got crime out of the yang yang going over here. It's crime all over. I don't know that shutting them down or having them close at 10 is going to curtail the crime, because to be honest with you, people getting killed in broad daylight. So you going to shut everybody down? I mean, I don't have the answer, but I think it's beyond just coming in and shutting them down. There's a lot of stuff going on in the city. And it used to be that I would not be comfortable being out late at night, especially by myself. I remember years ago, sometimes I would be down at the harbor walking by myself. It just wasn't a scary place for me. There ain't no way I'm gonna walk down there right now by myself in the daytime or nighttime. So I think at this point in time, and plus we have a police shortage. So I don't know that shutting down at 10, again, is going to curtail the crime, because crime is going on all day. People don't care if it's night or day anymore. Okay? They're killing you early in the morning, middle of the day. It doesn't matter. You know, it's to the point when I go to certain places. I was at a restaurant a couple of weeks ago. I was at a meeting somebody for a business lunch, and the waitress walked me in, and I was waiting for the person to come, and she put me at a table by the window. And I felt really uncomfortable because I don't like sitting with my back to the window at a restaurant. Where I need to see. And when I walk into a place, I'm looking for all the ways to exit. I see you, the food looks good. I'm checking out the menu, but I'm also checking out the different ways of. That's not a way to live, but that's how we living. That's what we have to do. It's crazy in these streets. And so the other story was what Dorothy was talking about, and this is really sad. Little Italy. If you all ever get a chance to come to Baltimore, I love walking through Little. Got to get the word out. I love walking through Little Italy, the little restaurants and the little shops and stuff. And a manager was killed a few days ago. He was killed, and it's a community. He was killed, and so I want to send out my condolences. His name, I'm going to see if I can pronounce it right. His name is Chesley Patterson. He was only 44 years old. Only 44 years old. And the restaurant is called La Scaglia Ristorante. I hope I'm saying it the right way. I know how to read. I hope I'm saying it the right way. La Scaglia Ristorante. And he was the manager there. His name was Chesley Patterson, and he was shot. He was there for 17 years. And so that community is mourning the loss of him. And so, we want to keep that family in prayer. He looked like a nice person. And it's just sad the many people who are losing their lives, especially our young people. And when I see so many young people losing their lives, and it's so much, do we understand the amount of knowledge that is under the ground, the amount of wisdom that we could have imparted to people, young people who are now under the ground? Do we get that? Sometimes I just sit back and think about it. Kings, queens, our future presidents, future lawyers, future doctors, future entrepreneurs in the ground. And it's sad. It's sad. And more, I'm seeing it more and more. So I wanted to send my condolences to the family. We have several people. Don't y'all send me no messages about Lady J, you didn't mention this, you didn't mention that. Let me tell you something. I can't mention everything. I will be on here all night. I'm trying to go over what happened this weekend because it's news, and that's what I do. I do news, I do the media. Now, if I'm missing something, kindly put it in the notes. Your smart remarks you can keep to yourself, but you can kindly put the other stuff in the notes, in the comments. We've had several people shot here in Baltimore. Today is only January 24th. Now, unfortunately, The crime, as Dorothy said, has rolled over into 2022 like it's just nothing. We had our first murder on New Year's Day. And so it just continues. And I just want to encourage people tonight that if you are feeling depressed, suicidal, if you're feeling like you want to give up, you just can't take stuff anymore, you don't want to be here anymore, you need to reach out. I have my number scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. I can help you in some areas. In other areas, I would need to redirect you to someone else who can help you because I don't play doctor on social media. So, but I do want people to get help. I don't want people to feel like my only out is to commit suicide. It's not. And to be completely honest with you, I've been there. I've tried it. I tried to commit suicide because I thought that was the way out. And it didn't, nothing happened except, well, I talked about it in my other videos. I'm not going to go into it, but I learned after the second time that you have a purpose and God has a plan for your life. And that's why you're still here. And so, listen, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who are going to pour into your spirit, especially when you feel like giving up, like you just can't do anymore. Surround yourself with positive energy, like-minded people. Dismiss those who feed you stuff in your spirit that you don't need. Don't be afraid to give them a wave of goodbye. Don't be afraid. I've had to do it. And I don't even want to go into that. I've had to do it. Just give them a wave of goodbye because there's some craziness and there are some things that I'm just not going to tolerate and I'm not going to take it into my spirit. Now, if they want to continue to be that way, and if you have people around you who still want to continue to be that way, let them be that way. Don't try to change them. Don't try to argue and fuss. Turn yourself away. Remove yourself from the situation and surround yourself with people that's going to give you life. I'm in this chaplaincy program. This has been the hardest program, not because of the classes, It has challenged my spirit. It's challenged who I am. It has challenged my energy. It's challenged parts of me that I thought were okay. And I said, wow, be careful about your gifts because you will be challenged in those gifts and you will have to learn how to operate in those gifts and operate in such a way that you don't allow the old things and the old you to come in and infiltrate and get all up in there and mess up your flow. And I've noticed since I've been in this program that everything that could contaminate my spirit, make me go off, make me feel bad, everything has come at me. And it's been one constant, and that's been the people around me. That's been the people who have said, you too quiet. What's going on? You don't look right. Come here for a minute. I need to talk to you. Listen, my girl called me up today. What you doing today? Because we need to go to lunch. And we did. You have to have people around you who are not always high-fiving you and clapping and rubbing your back. You have to have people in your life who know how to kick you in the butt and say, get up, get yourself together. I thank God for those people. I'm not going to sit here and name all of your names. You know who you are. You know, we've been talking and we've been going out. And so, it's been several people the past couple of weeks that have just grabbed me up and gave me a hug and just said, look, come on now, come on now. Because sometimes the weight of what I do in media, the weight of just hearing everybody's problems and just all the stuff that's going on and dealing with my own stuff is a lot. And sometimes you need those people to come in and just say, put that down and come on and let's go here. So I just want to end by saying thank you to all of those people. The past couple of weeks, you have come into my life and you have breathed new life into me in certain areas of my life. I'm going to do a video coming up this week, one of our wellness videos, where I talk about uh, some of the things that I've been dealing with and how it's affected me, because sometimes we feel like, okay, I'm done with that, I'm past that, I dealt with that, I'm able to move on, and then something happens and it triggers something in your brain and you realize I ain't moved nowhere. That thing was just sleeping in me. I ain't really moved nowhere, it was just asleep. And so, I'm going to be talking about that because I I know that I know that I'm not the only one. And so, to all of my female friends, I love y'all. And I thank you for being sister friends, not being y'all the kind of friends that we straighten each other's crown. And I love that. I love that. We straighten each other's crown, and it's no um jealousy and all that kind of stuff. We clap for each other, and I'm just really eternally grateful to you. You know who you are. I'm eternally grateful, and I thank you so much for being a supportive friend and sister, because the past couple of months it's been rough, and I think I'm being tested with this chaplaincy class because I need to. Oh, I didn't know it was comments on here. Y'all, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. For some reason, it's not showing up on my screen. But hey, Hubert, he said, ambushed at Harlem Hospital. Prayer changes things. I may have said the wrong thing. He said, I'm a New Yorker. Uh, he said, I was 15 when that came out. Relevant. Got to keep Jesus on my mind, trust in his will and protection. He is all I can rely on. Hey, John, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why it wasn't showing up on this screen. I got to check that and find out. But yeah, so it's been an interesting ride going through this program. And all I can say is, and I'm going to say what one of my friends said to me, is that I am going through my internship in real time. And so there have been things that have been happening to me. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, what the heck is going on? Because I don't deal with any type of craziness and disruption. I just don't. Like, I have a relatively quiet life, even though I do all of this media stuff, but I make sure that I surround myself with peace. And so some of the things that have been going on, some of the people that have been coming at me, I'm sorry, I have a piece of hair in my eye. Some of the people that have been coming after me, it has just been unreal. Okay. And so I thank my sister friends because like I said, they have swooped in like eagles and just like, come on, and taken me up. I want to say thank you to my male friends because I don't have any brothers. I have 3 sisters, and I'm the oldest of the sisters. But God has blessed me with men in my life who are like blood brothers. I had a business lunch with one of them and his woman today. They're like my blood brothers, and I thank God because I can call them. Um, they have those conversations with those manly conversations with me, like big brother conversations, and it just helps me so much. So I'm really thankful for for you guys, and you guys know who you are because we've had conversations. So I'm really thankful for all of you, and I will be so glad when this class is over. This is the hardest class. This is just hard. Like I said, I'm in, and I agree with my friend. I am going through a real life internship dealing with real issues, things that I have not had to deal with. And as she was explaining it to me, two of my girlfriends are pastors. So as they were talking to me, they both said the same thing. They don't even know each other. But as they were talking to me, they said, "You're going through a real life internship because being a chaplain, you're going to face people who are going through some serious stuff. And you're going to have to, one, know how to relate to it, how to talk to them, how to empathize with it." And I said, got it. Got it. Now it makes sense. And so what I have to do is tie these bootstraps up and keep it moving. And so thank you all. And I hope that I've said something at the end of this video to really inspire somebody, because that's all I ever want to do is inspire people. And I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, you got to make sure you have people around you that support you, that know how to um, lift you up and be there for you when you need it. Now, I have some stuff coming up. Lady J always got something going on. And I want to share these things with you before I go off the air. One of them is February 5th. There's going to be an event called Women of All Hats. I'm going to be one of the speakers. And I want to tell you exactly where it's at, because if you're a woman, I really think you should come out, because the hat that I'm going to wear, it's not going to be like your ordinary hat, but it's called Women of All Hats. Christina Flowers is an amazing woman. For those of you who don't know her, they need to do a Wikipedia page on Christina Flowers. But anyway, she deals with the homeless here in Baltimore, and she is absolutely amazing. So this is her program. I'm just trying to pull up the flyer that she has asked me to speak on. And, I appreciate her thinking of me and asking me to do that. And I will be there. And so the ticket price for this event is $20, and it's $25 at the door. You can purchase your ticket through Cash App. All right. $, letter L as in Larry, letter D as in dog, letter O as in only, letter M as in money. You can purchase your tickets on Cash App. All right. Or you can call. This is a number you can call, 410-702-8015. This will be February 5th at 2 p.m. here in Baltimore, 3752 West Belvedere Avenue on the west side. Make sure you join us on that day. I'm looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to it. And like I said, the hat that I'm going to wear, it's going to be interesting. But it's called Women of Many Hats, Revive and Rebuild. And it's also the Real Care Providers, which is Christina Flowers. And so we want you to come to that event. A fun event is coming up March 12th, and we're going to be talking about this more and more as we get closer to the date, y'all. It's going to be a comedy show. My brother, okay, My brother, I call him my brother. He's from a different mother. But my brother, I'm so proud of him. Kemp Earl is, I'm going to be along with him, has put together a comedy show. There will be comedians there. This is going to be March 12th. Now, if you need tickets, you see that number on the screen? You can call me to get some tickets. All right. I'll make sure you get them. The tickets are $30. It's going to be at Sully's. Now, if you're not familiar with Sully's, there's a restaurant called Boardman's on Harford Road. Let me give you that exact address because, see, I'm thinking off the top of my head. You know what? Let me just reach over. Give me 1 second. Let me just reach over and get this. It'll be a lot easier. All right. So, you know, when you get old, you gotta put your glasses on. Thank God. So anyway, so it's going to be at 9306 Harford Road. I say Boardman. It's Bowman's restaurant. Okay, Bowman's restaurant, 9306 Harford Road. Now, the thing about it, Bowman is at the top, right? Bowman is the restaurant at the top. And at the bottom in the basement part is Sully's. It's in the same building. But it's a really nice place, whether you eat upstairs or downstairs. I've been there before. You will love it. This is going to be so exciting. I'm looking forward to it. We got Quandra Truesdale. Ray Moore is going to be the host. Ray Moore is hilarious. That's my other brother. That's my little brother because I'm younger than him. We got Bruce Daddy. We got Dave Butler. We got music by the DJ Sean Marshall is going to be there. It's going to be a great event. Get your tickets, okay? Get your tickets now. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I'm so proud of my brother Kemp. Shout out to him. I love this dude. Shout out to him. That's my brother for real, okay? Well, I adopted him as my brother. We ain't got the same mother and father, but y'all know what I'm talking about. That's my brother. And so these are the tickets right here. So if you need a ticket, 443-297-4753, you can get your ticket. And yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. And that's on March 12th. It will be from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay? Come out to have fun. Come out to get a laugh. COVID is going on. There's so much going on. You know, people, we just need a laugh. There's no other comedy show. Nothing else is going on. So come out and laugh, have fun. And join us that night. It's on a Saturday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it because, honey, I love me a good comedy show and a good laugh. And so a lot of times I go to Magoobies, but this time my brother asked me to be a part of it with him, and I'm going to be a part of it with him. So get your ticket, okay? And then get your ticket for the Women of All Hats, Christina Flowers event, okay? We have to support one another. I'm actually going to also be doing a restaurant tour probably in a couple of weeks. Not that I need to eat another meal because I don't, but I want to go to our Black businesses, sit down and eat, maybe grab something small, you know, but take every day, sit down at a Black owned business and talk to the restaurant owner or whoever's there, talk about their food, sample the food, interview them, and we're going to do it that way. There's a lot of great things coming up that we are about to do. Of course, y'all know I do not share everything because got haters out there, and haters gonna hate. That's why they get my news. It might be a little late sometimes, but they get it. By the time they get it, I've already started it. But lastly, before we go, it was something that we have coming up. Oh, Thursday is the think tank. The What a Baltimore think tank. If you'd like to be a part of the What a Baltimore think tank, let me know. We're going to come together. We're going to be talking about Marilyn Mosby and some other issues that are going on in the city. It's going to be right here. It's virtual. All I have to do is send you the link. You just need to use your cell phone, tablet, or your computer. That's it. The other thing that's going on, it was something else that's going on. We're doing the think tank. Okay, I can't think of it. I think my brain has just said good night because I cannot think of the other thing that's going on. Um, hmm. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to write it down because it just went right past my forehead and I can't remember. But anyway, I hope you all have a great night. I hope you have a good night because despite everything that's going on, like I said, be thankful that you are alive. Be thankful that you're breathing breath. Okay. Be thankful that you're able to stand on your 2 feet and do the things that some people cannot do. So be thankful. I hope you all stay safe. If you're in Baltimore, stay warm because it's about to get cold. Okay. And yeah, stay safe. So, you guys have a great night. My name is Lady J. This is What Up Baltimore Online Radio. If you're interested in doing a show on the station, please let me know. We can work something out for you to have your show, your podcast, and be involved in everything that we're doing. This is your station. Um, I'm sorry, I was just looking at. They were doing They're talking about the firefighters that were killed. It's just so sad. So much stuff going on. God be with us. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Again, my name is Lady J. Y'all pray for me because I need to get out of this class. All right. And make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the week. We got some great stuff coming on. And we are only great as long as we have each other. So let's do what we need to do to hold each other up. Happy birthday to my friend Haki Shakur. Happy birthday. I know you had to work, but I hope it was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, everybody. Good night. I'll talk to you later. I love this song.